Hi, everyone. We've talked a little bit about entrepreneurship, and now we're going to talk about teams that actually start new businesses. And we've talked a little bit about it, and we're going to get a little bit more detailed about what makes successful startups successful. So we noticed that there was a lot of different factors that go into making a successful startup, including vision, taking risk, persistence, and confidence. But one of the things we noticed is that the founding team is really important. And usually there's one, two, or three people who actually start the business at its inception. And so building that right team is really, really important. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the characteristics of a successful team. And I don't want to promote labels too much, but this there are some labels that are assigned here, and you'll find that you probably will feel like you maybe assimilate closer to one, have some attributes of a second, and are just not anywhere close to the third. That kind of seems how that works. So just know that we're not labeling, but you might want to recognize some of the attributes that help in success. So the first member of the team should be someone who is what they call a hacker. Okay. And a hacker is the person who focuses on the product itself. They generally tend to have some technical skill or knowledge that's beneficial for acting in this role. They care a lot about how that product works, whether it's effective and it does the job that it's supposed to do, and how it's assimilated out when customers order it, and how it's packaged and gets to the customer in good shape. The next person that you need on a team, and sometimes you can have two people that share some of these characteristics. Hustler is a person who's really a people person. They're charismatic. They really like people. They know a wide range of people, and they see trends easily. And the last person is going to be an artist, and not an artist like Bob Ross, but they really focus on the design and the customer experience that the customer will have with this product. So let's get a little bit more deep into each one of these attributes. So the hacker is a person, as I mentioned, who has a strong passion for technology. They focus on product, and then they control the back end, how the product is made, how the product is shipped. That, and from the perspective of just making sure it gets to the customer in the proper way. If it's software, they make sure that everything works properly and that everything makes sense, and the customer has, and that functionality is of the utmost importance. Generally, these people have some specific technical skills where they either have a technology, like a software background for a software company, or an engineering background of some type. So they generally tend to have those kinds of backgrounds. The hustler, on the other hand, is someone very different. They're the people that can sell anything to anyone. They're very charismatic. They are able to identify opportunities for creative business models by partnering with different people that maybe other people wouldn't see. They have a wide range of professional contacts, and they manage their network very wisely, whether that's with social media or staying in touch with email or other kinds of things. They are very people, and they recognize trends and see patterns. So as things are working, they might see, oh, this is going up. We might want to jump in and attach this market because I see that that's a growing market and a growing need. And they are also people that break down barriers because they're charismatic. People like them, and people will work with them and want to work with them. So that is kind of some of the elements that go into somebody who identifies with the hustler role. And the artist is focusing primarily on user interface and customer experience. They want to make sure that the customer is having a great experience. And you know that so the way some of this works. For example, Apple, when you receive a product from Apple, it's always beautifully packaged, almost like a present, so that you feel very good about it. So it's packaged by the person who is the hacker, to not break. But the designer ensures that it's also beautiful and it's a great experience unboxing your product. They also understand how design impacts the user experience and look for ways to make sure that the experience to the user is always, always good. So something that might not make any sense to the person who's the hustler because they can sometimes be very linear. The designer is the person who can say, oh, but no, we don't want that. We want it to go this way. They're generally creative and curious. They observe things with kind of an open mind, so they don't have some of the restrictions that some other lenses might have. And they see things from many perspectives, so it helps them to see when a process or something in a software application for certain people with different lenses might not work for them. So what we're going to ask next is, who are you? And again, you are not any one of these people specifically. So I want you to complete the Google form and let me know which area you identify with. Like, I think I'm pretty good with a lot of that. If there's an area that you also have some similarities with, and if there's any area that is just like not really your thing. So go ahead and click on the other link that's embedded in the assignment, and please complete that Google form.